Right, this is my second time trying next permutation problem. We have to implement next permutation, which arranges numbers into lexicographically next rated permutation of numbers. And if it is not possible to arrange it, we just reverse it as it is in this case. And we have to do it in place so we don't use any extra memory. So I tried it with the recursive way, which kind of calculates all possible permutations, but this didn't work because I had some edge cases that it wasn't passing. So I will be trying the iterator approach where we will start from right side and then just go until we find. So I'll be trying to implement this algorithm. So this is a next lexicographically permutation algorithm, and we start from right. When it is increasing, we continue, and when we find our pivot, it is the one that is the last, or actually the first ascending index is here. It is 2. Now after that, we have to find the successor of that, and again we have to start from right, at the end of the list to go left, and if we find something greater than that, then this is our next pivot, and we swap the pivot with that index, and then after that pivot's index, we add +1, and then we reverse the remaining one. So this is the algorithm of this problem. And how are we going to do this? So we will be having an I and j equal to length of nums -1. We start from the last, so have to find our pivot. We will just have a while loop while nums I -1 is greater than or equal to nums I, and we will just decrease I by 1. And at the end of this, if our I is equal to 0, we just reverse nums that reverse, and we just return here. And because it means that it is like 1, 2, 3, like in this one, so it is all descending from the start. So otherwise we have our pivot here, and we want to again have a while loop to start from, again from at the end of the list, which I can use that j here. Like I can just copy this and put it like that. Okay, here the second operation will be this, while my nums I, by the way, my I will be just the one before it, so actually I'm gonna name it k. K will be I -1. This is our pivot's index. And if while this number in, like if it is, we continue while it is, like to find a successor, we continue on when it is something smaller or equal to that. We encounter something smaller than equal to that, so we continue like this to go to left when it is equal to or less than or equal to num k, our pivot. And in that case, what happens is that we find two pivots, like one pivot and the second one is the successor actually, and then we just want to swap them. Like this. And right, after that we have our k will be equal to 1 plus 1. We just incremented by 1, and we start from k and at the end of the list again, which will be let's call it the end is equal to nums length of nums minus 1, and while e is or k is less than e, I want to continue, and I want to increase k and decrease e, and I want to swap them. So this will be k, this will be e, this will be e, and then I don't have to do anything here because I already computed, like I changed it in place. So let's try if these are working, and also let's check this one. I don't have to check this because I think it will work since we just end up at 0. So using this algorithm here, the next graphically permutation algorithm, we just have our there's out of index. Actually, the one that I didn't try had that problem. And what is the reason here? Yeah, if length of nums is greater than yeah. So here I should be greater than 0, greater than 1, right? If it's not greater than 1, then we're just not going there. Can it be equal to that? Yeah, it is. It can be equal to that. Or I can just make it like this. Okay. What's the complexity of this? It is just time complexity is of n. Spaces, of course, one side, so it's 1. Just start from right, go to left. And then when we go from right to go to left, we see something, we just go right and swap everything there, which is off, and then yeah. Let's submit it again and see if there's a problem. No, okay, it works. So in the recursive approach, we had like n square, n factorial complexity, which was also bad. But I was trying to get away from that using conditions to kind of like backtrack, like not go to like prevent the recursion to go to the paths that they're not that should not be the answers. But in those cases, like we are going from right to left, and then we perform this swap operation, but I was just eliminating those branches where I do this kind of swap operation. So like I was just going from right to left and like this, which was getting me some answers. But those cases where I had like different cases where I had to swap the pivot with the successor, I also pruned that parts of the permutation. So it wasn't getting me the right answers. So yeah, this is the correct algorithm to do it, and I think it is not that possible to, of course, like if n factorial, if you get every permutation, you compare it, find the minimum, then it will be n times n factorial, which is really bad. So this is much better, and yeah, this is a good solution.